I put Prada on my hoe because I'm proud of what she said. Yeah. You know what I know. If you know what you know, then you know what I know, and I know what you know. Then we know that we get money. We get money.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another.
We ain't stacking. He finna stack that GD. We ain't stacking. We on gangbang.
Y'all rocking with me.
We just big crip.
We're gonna be speaking on some
See
prehistoric paperwork that hit the internet that I'm not even responsible for.
Okay.
But I fact checked it.
Okay.
And in this video,
we're
gonna be speaking on Larry Hoover identifying two rival gang members to police that shot him.
Tell him, bruh. Who free, bruh? My mother, he free. Who? Larry Hoover, he free, bruh.
I ain't gonna lie, them OGs was tweaking when Larry Hoover got pardoned. They didn't even read the paperwork. GDs was tweaking. Niggas was tweaking.
Free them gangsters. Free Larry Hoover.
Now, President Trump just gave the presidential middle finger to anyone who ever called him racist after not only pardoning NBA YoungBoy who's about to go on a mega tour, but commuting the sentence of the Larry Hoover.
But he's still in jail though, right?
Larry Hoover. He's the reputed leader of the black gangster Disciple street gang, one of the largest in the nation. For 20 years, he's been locked behind prison walls because of a murder conviction. This week, he goes before the state parole board, and he could soon be a free man.
Done my time. I paid my debt to society. Anytime
that's Larry?
Do a extensive amount of time.
That's young Larry. I ain't never seen young Larry. I ain't gonna lie. I seen old ass Larry. I ain't seen young Larry.
Pardon you, or it can make you think. And I've thought.
Now, for those that don't know, Larry Hoover is the founder and former leader of the Gangsta Disciples, a major street gang based in Chicago that spread from the Midwest, dominating parts of the South, and even reaching out to the Northeast.
Big boss.
To this day, many prominent rappers are members of the Gangsta Disciples, while other rappers have been known sworn enemies to the Gangsta Disciples. Larry Hoover, a kingpin,
he was, what the hell?
Murderer.
It's crazy that niggas back in the 80s, 90s, 70s used to have hair like this, but would hit you with a switchblade so damn fast. It's crazy as hell. Like, can you imagine a pretty Ricky nigga like that walking up on you, hitting you with that switchblade? You wouldn't even know what's coming.
As a man whose name has held power for over 50 years, but today, his legacy is in question as the unthinkable has happened. Remo from No Jumper would post to Instagram a photo of what appears to be prehistoric paperwork, detailing a shooting in which Larry Hoover himself was the victim. Parker High School sat in the Inglewood neighborhood on the south side of Chicago. On September 4th, 1968, it was the first day of school, and it would be turned to a crime scene.
1968 is crazy.
Leader of the Supreme Gangsters, 18-year-old Larry Hoover, informed the police that he was standing in the school hall just outside the principal's office when two members of the East Side Disciples appeared. They were identified as 18-year-old James Highsmith and 20-year-old Leonard Longstreet, and they did not go to Parker High. Hoover told police the two walked past me in the hall, and Highsmith smiled. Then Longstreet said, "Burn him," and Highsmith pulled a gun and started shooting. I got hit. Larry Hoover, the 18-year-old leader of the Supreme Gangsters that came before the Gangsta Disciples' creation, flat out told the police two rival gang members entered his school and shot him.
But I ain't gonna lie, bro, like, this happened in 1968. So I don't know if there's a timeline on how, like, you know, but 1960, we bringing up paperwork from when a nigga was 18 in 1968. 1968. I'm just saying though, I ain't saying nothing about 1090 Jake, but 1968? Bro, hell no, we ain't finna do that, man. Free Larry Hoover, man. What's wrong with you? Oh, fuck them. On God, like what the hell? I just threw that in the G's while I'm saying free Larry Hoover. I'm tweaking, but still, what the hell? 1968, man, get off his nuts.
Bullets struck two other students, both 15 years old. Larry and the two others were all shot in the legs and rushed to a hospital. Only minutes after the shooting, police arrested the two gang members who were out on bond for two separate shootings. A Cook County grand jury would indict the two men on charges of aggravated battery on Larry Hoover. Now this is going to piss a lot of people off, but before I do that, I wanted to confirm whether this was even true.
Right, let me know.
This didn't seem to be an arrest report. This looked like a newspaper clipping.
Right.
So I dug into the Chicago Tribune dating back 57 years ago, and what I found was page 14 of the Chicago Tribune from September 5th, 1968.
Right.
The day after the shooting. The article was titled, "Police Arrest 2 in Shooting of 3 Students, Gang Rivalry Blamed for Violence." 3 youths were shot down in Parker High School in what police described as a continuing battle between rival street gangs.
Right.
Inglewood police said the shooters were identified by the victims in the hospital and several other witnesses.
Oh God.
The police identified Larry Hoover as a gang member, and again, the article would state Hoover told police who shot him and how it happened. Now this
So I'm just saying, this is just me talking though. If the shit was in the newspaper and they said Larry Hoover identified them in the newspaper and he still went on to become the leader of the GDs, I don't think anyone cares. So, I mean, clearly he did what he did, but I don't think anyone really cares because he still became the leader of the GDs. This is 1968. We bring it up and Snitched from 1968, damn near over 30 years ago. Don't nobody get no damn about that shit. Niggas don't even know what the hell was going on in 1968. Man, hell no, we ain't finna tarnish Larry's name, man. Free Larry, man.
Considered snitching by anyone following the quote-unquote code. But what about the one who created the code? This was Larry fucking Hoover, the founder of the Gangster Disciples, a man whose name is at the top of Chicago gang lore along with Al Capone.
Yeah.
And this wasn't
I ain't gonna lie, for real though. Him and Larry is
newspaper.
Neck and neck.
2 years later, it was 1970, and Hoover was one of 3 arrested for gunning down a 19-year-old on 69th. 3 years after that, a 24-year-old was kidnapped and shot to death.
Damn.
Hoover would be picked up on a murder warrant, and a week later, a witness set to testify against Hoover was found dead on the south side with 2 holes in the back of his head.
Yeah, that's how it happened.
It was too late though. The 26-year-old had already given a deposition to police stating he witnessed Hoover and another man kidnap the victim the day before the victim was murdered. They dumped his body in an alley, allegedly because he was suspected of stealing drugs from the gang's supply. Yeah. This murder was what took Larry Hoover off the streets of Chicago at the age of 23. Deemed a ruthless killer who'd been involved in multiple shootings and murders, Hoover was sentenced to 200 years in state prison. Ooh. While inside, Hoover continued to lead the Gangster Disciples, which led to a 17-year federal investigation. In 1995, Hoover was indicted by the feds from state prison and 2 years later sentenced to 6 federal life sentences for conspiracy, extortion, money laundering, drugs, and continuing to engage in a criminal enterprise.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that he got sentenced at 23 years old to 200 years. That's damn near sick. But if you really did kidnap a nigga and then, the crime do fit the time, do fit the crime. But 200 years? 200? God damn, they gave him 7 federal life sentences. So I think they excommunicated or he got pardoned for the 7 life sentences. But he still gotta do 200 years. Shit just kind of be crazy, like shit just be outrageous. But free Larry, I don't think he ever getting out, but he might have a chance in the appeal now. This shit is just wild as hell, bro. Like 200 years at 23? 200 years? Nigga, damn, I can't even do 20 of them, bitch. 200? He's strong as hell, for I hope he getting some prison guard booty. Some fine prison guard booty at least. God damn.